Dr. Vijay Kumar, our Commissioner and Secretary Urban Affairs, our officials from Government of India, as well as our officials from the state government, Arang Bashnongs, are present out here, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate the department and at the same time thank our Honorable Prime Minister and the Government of India for the vision as well as converting that vision into an actual action. And today we are seeing the launching of the e-buses under the PM e-bus Sewa scheme. As you're aware that public transportation has been one of the biggest challenges for us in the city. And we have been experimenting with different models at different levels, whether it is the school buses with the stems or whether it is trying to bring out new systems in the public transportation, the buses that we have, and now with the e-buses. Different mechanisms are being piloted and experimented, and slowly and steadily we are seeing that we are coming out with a model that is more adaptable and tailor-made for the needs of our city. And the ultimate goal of this entire process is really to figure out how we can decongest the city, how we can ensure that people will use public transport more than the personal vehicles, so that the congestion in the city can reduce. And that, of course, as we know, has got multiple benefits for everyone. So I'm very happy today that the e-buses are being launched. And of course, we will see more of these buses coming up. And I'm sure that slowly and steadily, we will see the impact of this kind of a system coming into place, which will lead to ultimately the desired decongestion and reducing the traffic issues that we have in the city in the days to come. Apart from all of this, you're aware that the different parking lots are coming up in different areas, and very soon we'll be inaugurating many more of the parking lots, especially the one that you've seen next to the additional Secretariat building. That, as you can see, that in the beginning there were not many vehicles, but today it's almost about 70%, 80% full. So it's really showing that transition and the change that we wanted to see to ensure that, as I said, with the larger goal of decongesting the city. So we are actually seeing the impact now, and I hope that the efforts will continue and we will be able to really see that change that we would like to see in the long run. And as you are all aware that our administrative city also, in terms of our secretariat for the time being, is coming up in the Mount Yangdyang area, and we are working towards creating multiple routes to connect to the new secretariat city. And that also, as I said, will lead to a huge decongestion, because we expect that large number of vehicles as well as overall administrative work to a large extent will shift there, which will decongest Shillong city. We are working, as I said, towards creating a 4-lane that will connect straight from the existing city into the new administrative city, and also other routes are being worked out and some routes already are in place. So all this complex network is being done with the aim to ensure that we can actually implement and have smooth traffic transition in the future when it comes to the new Shillong city area. It means the new administrative city. So therefore, once that happens, we do expect that the existing place where we are, that we'll be able to use some of the space there to again expand the roads, create more walking space, and of course minimize any kind of dismantling of buildings, but try to create more green space, more open space, and more walking space within the city once we're able to shift slowly and steadily the different offices to the new secretariat. So that's the kind of a roadmap we have. And of course, it's not possible for me to share all of it, but it's just to give an idea of the fact that we have a plan and we are working towards it. Of course, the plan can never be perfect. We'll adapt as we move along. But the thought process that is there, what we're doing today is part and parcel of that particular plan. To conclude, the whole process of bringing in e-vehicles is also something that we have been working. As you're aware, we had a policy where we had ensured that there is no registration and zero tax when it comes to electric vehicles. Last 3 years it has been there, but the response was very, very less, and we did not get much of response from the people. But of course, there was a time frame for that policy, so we are working on renewing that policy in the sense that the same policy will be extended. So I just wanted to share with the public. Some people were complaining that now registration fees is being charged for e-vehicles. That's because the duration of the decision. And simple questions people ask me, but where's the charging station? And you'll be surprised to know that's the first question people ask, that but where do we charge? And a lot of people don't know, actually you charge at home, because there's a simple system. It's like charging your mobile. So it's not that you need a charging station to charge your vehicle. You just put in a small machine. It's really small, and wherever you park your vehicle or keep it, it's just it fits there, and it's a very simple system. So a lot of people don't realize that you don't need to go to a charging station to charge your vehicle. You charge it at home. That's what we do. And you'll be surprised to know that last time I drove from here to Cherrapunji to Sora, and going to Sora and coming back, it showed that I had covered about 70 kilometers I had used. And you'll be surprised again to know, because a lot of people say, well, it's more than that, because you end up, the distance is much more than that, going and coming. And I was telling people that if you drive it yourself, because I drove myself, is that the electric vehicles, it's quite amazing, because when you're going downhill, it actually recharges. So if you actually leave the accelerator and don't press the brake and allow the friction to slow down the vehicle, that friction is actually recharging your vehicle. So if you actually are able to control the way you drive your vehicle, the utility of the battery and the way you are, you actually recharge. So my point being, if you're going from here to Guwahati, you will show utility if you can do it well, that is, manage it well. You will show only about 30-40 kilometers of utility. But while coming up, yes, you will consume much more. So on an average, really electric vehicle also requires a bit of training for the drivers to drive. Why I'm sharing this with you is that a lot of misconception is there among people. First, where do we charge? So you charge at home. Second, is it possible in hill area? Because it's up and down. That very much it is possible, because you recharge because of the friction, your battery recharges, and therefore that's the upside of having an electric vehicle in a hill area. So therefore I urge our citizens that we must start using electric vehicles. It is absolutely very, very viable, and it's a great option. And within the city, it is a very practical, practical proposition for everybody. And of course, you will be happy to know that we have also internally decided that all our senior officials will be also using electric vehicles. Our cabinet ministers will be using electric vehicles. So we would like to see that within the Shillong city, the utility among the government officials also, there has to be a kind of a step and a initiative shown that we also are going into that mode. Of course, long distances, it's still a challenge in some ways, but within the city, I can assure you that it is maybe one of the best options you have. And as you're aware that now charging stations are not very difficult to put up. It's not like before that you have to have a big space and all that. You can put up charging stations anywhere, and therefore it's a question of 3 days, 4 days. If a small location is given to us, we can just put up one charging station. So the charging station just requires a parking space for the vehicle. That's it. It's not that complicated. So therefore, the process of putting up charging stations, the way we thought it was complicated before, is not the case now, is what I'm saying. And therefore tomorrow, if anybody in any parking lots, as you know, we have the parking space policy. where if you have a land in Shillong city, or if the community has a land, we are giving you 1 lakh rupees per car space to build up that parking lot as a parking scheme. And you have to share just 10% or 15% with us. Rest is yours, the land is yours, the money is yours, and the employment generated is going to be your people. So therefore, within this scheme, you can actually put up a scheme for the charging stations also. And for that also, we are willing to support and work with you. And that's how we built up a very, very strong network. So all of these things are happening. So as I said, there is limited time. So I don't have much time to share this. And of course, you also won't have the patience to hear. But I just wanted to share some of the thoughts and ideas that is driving the kind of actions that we're taking. And as you can see, as I said, this is not just a one-time kind of a program. It's a part and parcel of a much larger purpose and a much larger goal that we have, which is to have decongestion in the city and to slowly and steadily to transition into electric vehicles and clean energy for the city, for the transportation, and especially for public transport. To conclude, the last point, I think what Vijay has said is absolutely correct, that public transportation, the concept of public transportation was kind of wrongly structured in the past, and it was more to do with business at a private level, and the people were figuring out how to make money, which is obviously fair because that's what the policy and the system was. But we are now converting that system into a truly public transportation mode. And the idea is not about making money anymore. The idea is about looking at public transport and supporting it so that we achieve the larger goal of being able to provide a safe, secure, and reliable public transportation for the people, where you don't have to worry and you can be sure that every 15 minutes the bus is there. Because for us as a government, for the municipal board, for central government, what is more important is we would like people to shift to the public transportation mode. And that is the bigger picture. That is the bigger goal. It's not about running the bus. It's about creating the public transport system. And therefore, that can only be achieved when government comes in and intervenes and make sure that we take care of the people who are running it, but at the same time ensure that the responsibility is on them to provide timely, as I said, safe and reliable public transportation system. And I'm sure that once this is in place, and once the systems are there, and as you all know, in many cities in India, as Vijay was mentioning, and of course for decades in other parts of the world, that's how things work. So you go to Japan, as I said, even the fastest moving trains, they reach, when it says 9 o'clock, they reach exactly at 9 o'clock. Not 1 second before, not 1 second after. In fact, they apologize if they come in, even 30 seconds late. That's how systematic the system is and how professional they are. We may take some time to reach the apology stage, but at least we will ensure that we are running it on time. And because the money is involved, because the person there will be penalized who's running it, I think the incentive is there to be on time. So that part of apology, as I said, will take time. So let's go one step at a time. Let's not have too big an expectation, okay? So with that, thank you so much once again for coming here. And I'm so happy that all our Rangbashtrongs are here. I want to again reiterate that for us as a government, we have always been very, very clear that we cannot do this alone. And for us, we need to work with the community. We need to work with all of you. And we need to partner with you. And you know that we are very committed and sincere on that. Yes, we cannot do everything. Yes, we cannot solve all the problems. And yes, we'll always have complaints and we'll have problems. But my message to you is that the only way we can solve those problems is to work together and trust each other and ensure that we do our part in whatever way possible to contribute towards the larger good for the citizens of our city and to make our city much better in the days to come. So with these few words, once again, I congratulate the team and wish all of you the very best and wish the people who are going to run this system also the very best for the future. Thank you so much.